Well, hello. Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? Well, it's getting ready to snow here in the Midwest. Was just out in the hot tub. That was really nice. That was a nice addition to the house. Well, we're going to do Microsoft Flight Simulator tonight. And we're also going to do FlybyWire's A320NX. That's what you see right there in the Frontier paint job. Still trying to figure out how to get that those two aircraft numbers. There should only be one, but I haven't been able to figure out how to get rid of it. Steve, hey, how's it going? Nice to see you here. Well, I'm just going to kind of review this AirBus that's on Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's getting a little bit better. They're constantly working on it. I'm still trying to learn Microsoft Flight Simulator. The reason we're already pushed back is because for some reason it does that whether you want to or not. So go up here to air traffic control and turn it on or off. Actually, the AI control right here. So I've got manage comms off right now. I'm flying right now. Is that what that says? I'm flying right now GTI 971H. I must be an old guy that don't understand shorthand, Steve. Oh, now playing da-da-da. Oh no, that's my song. Yeah, that's him flying the Dreamliner Dreamlifter. Oh, that great big thing? I didn't even know they had that. Where did you get a copy of that airplane? So it's a 747 that hauls the space shuttle parts and everything, right? MS Parks has one. I'll have to write that down. That'd be kind of fun to do. I actually know a guy who actually flies that thing. He and I used to fly together. It hauls 787 parts, yep. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit better with Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I'm still having some problems with it. And as always, I'm trying to find aircraft that work the best from a technical standpoint. You know, being an ex-Airbus captain, I kind of want to fly the simulator, and I want it to simulate the most that it possibly can. And one thing that's going on is that these guys at FlybyWire are really getting good at it, getting it better. Hey Steve, are you actually flying that, or are you flight simming it? Oh, flight sim, okay. Yeah, like I said, I know a guy that is a real captain on it, so that's pretty cool. And I was up at Oshkosh one year when they brought it in there and had it parked on the static display. So that was pretty cool to see. Okay, again, like I said, FlybyWire's getting their AirBus really nice. It is getting better by the day. So they're constantly having new updates. And so one of the things that they just added that's really cool, and I've talked about it before on my stream, but they're modifying the inside. So let's kind of look at this. I'll kind of go over what they've done. And you know, sometimes I can get in really close to this FMS, and other times I can't. So one thing that they've added is if you go over here to MCDU menu, and you can do it from going to options also, and you can go up here to AOC. And these are sources, so you know the sources that I'm using are VATSIM. The source for METARS is VATSIM. The source for the forecast is... Hello, Chris. How are you? Chris Arnsberger. Cool. Nice to have you. Thanks for stopping by. We're doing Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're working with FlybyWire's A320. It's called A320NX. They also have a 321, but I got in at first, but then I came back to this model. Well, let me get rid of this AI control for now. What I was talking about was the new stuff that FlybyWire has. That so what they've done is they've worked with simbrief.com, and you can go on SimBrief. You can plan your flight, which will give you your route of flight and your weight and all this nice stuff, and then you can come over here. And once you get it and produce it, there's a SimBrief button right here. You can put your number in there. And then you can go back over here and go to this next line, ATSU. You might have to watch their... they've got some really good videos on this airplane now. On YouTube, of course, where they explain how to do everything. So I haven't watched them, but I'll probably want to, because even though I think I know what I'm doing, I really don't. Like I've said before, flying the real airplane, you don't really get to experience some of these things that you can simulate on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Or I really like the new TOLUS 321 over on X-Plane. But I'm experimenting with Microsoft Flight Simulator. The reason I like it is I love the graphics. And on one of my flights, I flew down from Des Moines in Red Bull. I found a Red Bull paint job. And it was a really interesting flight because it was in icing conditions, and I've been flying for Atlas Air, Virtual Airline. Yeah, that would be cool. I may have to do that, but then you have to do their stuff, and I just kind of want to mess around. And if you watch any of my videos, I've flown that VTOL thing where I've crashed a couple times. Since I'm a real commercial helicopter pilot, and I'm a real helicopter CFI, I really like helicopters. I don't have a lot of time. The reason I don't have a lot of time is the FAA wrecked our helicopter back when I was just starting to instruct in it, so that basically ended my helicopter flying career. So where was I? Oh yeah, virtual airlines are cool. When I flew before on Flight Sim, I flew for a virtual airline called Catfish. I really like the call sign, Catfish 577. But they've gone by the wayside. And so let's get back to this MCDU. If you click on the Alpha Tango Sierra uniform, and then you can come over here to the AOC menu, and now you get a bunch of things that you can do. One is the initial impression. So I'm going to redo this data because I've changed my call sign. So if you click over here, it'll bring in the new data. So there it is, Frontier 577, Kansas City to Des Moines. And 34-minute flight, fuel on board is 10.4. And you can come back to the next page. You can request the weather. So you can request the METARs for Des Moines and Kansas City, and if you send it, it's just like ACARS. It will actually send it off to them, and it'll come back and give you the weather. The next one is the ATISs. You can down, I'm still trying. This one says actually Des Moines is going to be the arrival airport, so I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. So arrival, let's send that one. They've also got a cool little deal where you can hit the printer. Now whether this will work or not, they got a video showing the paper coming out of that slot, so I've been fiddling with it trying to find it, but again, you can return back. Then you can also get your performance and weight and balance. So when I went through SimBrief, I got my fuel and all that information, and then you can load it onto your airplane. So it says 10,665, so let's reload it, and if you watch up here, it will put that fuel on there. There it is, 10,500. And OFP request. I'm not exactly sure what that does, but let's send it and see what happens. Oh, there's more pages. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, it's showing our payload, our forward baggage, left baggage. It's showing our zero fuel weight and our zero fuel weight CG and the number of passengers. So it's nice for all that information to go into the... Your mic is pretty quiet. Okay, I will. Let's see if I can find out where my audio input is. Oh, well, desktop audio. Okay, let's put him up a little bit. Okay, test 1, 2, 3. That got me up in the red. Is that too loud or is that better? Also, can you hear the music? Does it sound too loud? I'm actually monitoring my stream over on my other computer, but I'm not listening to it because I get feedback. So, all right. Look, Mem Dead from France. All right. Thanks for joining us. Well, again, we're using Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're using FlybyWire's NX, A320NX. And what I'm doing right now is just going through these new items that they're that's better for me. yeah, you're right. For some reason, it's a lot louder in the sim cockpit than it is in the real cockpit. Oh, you know, I don't think I want that one there. Now that I'm looking at knobs. So anyway, what I was saying was, is you can, from SimBrief, you can generate your briefing, and then this sim FMS will copy the data so that you don't have to input it all. So let's go back here to the initialization page, and we got our flight numbers 577, and normally on your release it says what the cost index is, and let me go back and look at that actually and see what altitude they've got me flying at. I can put that on the screen, but I'm just going to look it up here and not show you guys what it says. It says flight level 250. It's only a 30-minute flight, so you're not going to go very high. So 250. So Steve is bored, and while he's flying, he's listening to me. That's pretty good. You can multitask. I'm impressed. Okay, well, let's see. I'm sure my IRS is initiated already. It's up here on this line right here. You know, when you first turn it on, it says that it's going to align in like 7 minutes. That's what that's all about. Let's go to the next page. So what you can do is by clicking on the button, it'll bring it down here in Scratchpad, and then you can put it back in. And there, see, it says planning fuel. Let's see if that'll pick it up. Okay, it's saying the block is 3.7. That is correct. It is 3.7. And look, it puts all the other information in there for you. Takeoff weight's 120,000 and the landing weight's 119. Now my question is, oh, and it's showing pounds. Let's see what fuel's showing. Yep, it's showing pounds. You know, these Airbuses like to yeah, when you're in cruise for like 4 hours, you can do whatever you want and just watch your sim go. Okay, so that's the second page of the initialization. Let's see if that's right. Yep. Then you can go to the progress page, and we're going at flight level 250, optimum's 390 and the max is 390. The performance page, again, if you click on these, it'll show the numbers, and then you can put them back in. Okay, and we normally take off flaps 2, and somewhere it probably says what the trim is, but I'm going to put 1.0. And it says the flex temperature is 20. Let's leave it there and see what that does. Next phase, climb, cruise, descent, and the approach. So let's go. I'm going to go to my briefing, and I'm going to look and see what that what the weather is. Again, I can show you that, but I'll just get the data and put it on here. If my camera, let me make sure my camera's up. There I am. So these releases are really long. It's got so much data. It's like the real thing too. If you get a real brief for a real airline, it's multiple pages. And you just pull out the data that you need. Well, I don't know. It might be fun going up to Des Moines tonight. The actual weather is the winds are 290 at 19, gust to 28, 1 mile. The runway 31 visual range is 6,000 feet. Light snow, mist, broken at 900, overcast at 1,700. Let's see, 0 and -2 and 2953. So that's that data that I want to put into the FMS. Again, remember that data is what you put in so that the airplane knows what speed to fly. So 2983, I believe it said. 2953. Boy, that's a low altimeter. Let's see, the temperature was 0 and the winds were, let me see how to put that in. So 0 on the temperature. Let's see if it'll do that one. Yep. In the wind, we'll kind of round that. So 290 at about 25. That ought to be exciting. Now you know that the airplane has a maximum crosswind component. So you have to, that runway is 31, so 290 is it's like a 20 or 30 degree crosswind. That knocks the wind down to maybe about a 8 knot, 10 knot crosswind, that's fine. But when you get up much higher than that, your company's going to tell you can't go in there. And the other thing you got to remember on this flight is the weather. With the light snow and the reduced visibility, you got to worry about braking action, and you actually might, the forecast doesn't look that bad. It's, well, on the 15th at 0900, which is quite a time from now, it's going to go down to a quarter of a mile. Okay, so with this information, and I'm going to put in 150 feet for the decision height. I think it's just a regular ILS, so. Well, let's look at our flight plan. We still have to put in the runway, and we're going to take off on one left, and we're going to fly the Royal 9, and it goes up here to Taunts. Don't ask me where they come up with these names. Okay, so going off runway 1 straight out basically to the Taunts intersection, and then we're going to go radar vectors because there's not a star into Des Moines. And the closest runway is 30, so 31 actually. So no star, no transition. Now that data is in there. Remember on the radio page, let's see, the 110.3 is the ILS into Kansas City. Remember, the FMS is pretty smart. Pet Rock, have you French? Yeah, I like the French channel. That's pretty cool, isn't it? What are the chances of some guy from Paris showing up? Last summer before the COVID, no, the summer before last, guys, time's flying. We were having. Anyway, I took my wife to Paris, and we took a riverboat trip up the Seine to Normandy, and it was really, really cool. We really enjoyed ourselves. Trip of a lifetime. Let's see. Steve says the 747-400 crosswind is 35 knots. Wow. You know, if you watch some YouTube videos, you can see some really cool crosswind landings where they actually touch down in the crab. They don't, you know, normally if you're going to do a crosswind landing, you put one wing down and land on one wheel, but in big airplanes like 747s and stuff, you just touch down in the crab. And then the airplane, because of where the center of gravity is, actually pulls itself straight as the spoilers come out and the reversers come on, and they make some really terrible crosswinds. Looks like it's a simple little deal. So anyway, I was saying on the radio page is the airplane's pretty smart. It puts in the runway that you're taking off on in case you have an emergency and have to come back. And then it may, as you get en route, automatically switch to the ILS that you've got programmed in here. So let's see how our fuel requirement page is looking. Our estimated fuel on board is 8.2. And again, we've got the takeoff weights and zero fuel weights and all those nice numbers there. Secondary doesn't work. ATC COM, I guess you can request. I'm not sure about all that. Again, they're working to make this really cool. So, and you take off with the flight plan page up anyway. Let's look at these system pages. They're getting a little bit better. Of course, the engine page looks fine, and it's pretty accurate. The bleeds are really good too, except right now it's showing they're still working on all this. Well, I have the APU on, and so the APU is powering the system, and that's what it's showing, so that's good. Pressurization, basically it's automatic. If you've been watching aviation news lately, there was a citation that crashed out in Utah or Idaho or something, and it looks like what happened was the aircraft oxygen system malfunctioned, pressurization, and they probably all passed out and didn't know they were dying. So now the electrical page, it still's got a lot of work to do. It shows one battery on, and it's just not showing right now there should be a line right there. I don't even have the engines running, so these two generators wouldn't be working. No hydraulic page yet. Got a nice fuel page. Of course, the APU page works. Air conditioning is minimal, but it works. Shows all the doors and the wheels. Kind of have to watch that and see. Flight controls, the engines aren't running, so Edmonton is an offline rip. That's pretty cool. It shows all these songs, huh? Edmonton, okay. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Oh, I was talking about this flight control page. So the flight controls work, and it shows them working, but the engines aren't running, so they can't work. Again, they're working on all this, so I don't want to be too much of a poop about it. So we're going to simulate ATC tonight. Like I said about the pushback, the pushback was because it was automatic. Ooh, look at the weather. So, oh, and a bunch of airplanes going by. Looks like they're doing some formation flying. Both of them took off at the same time. So like I said, I really like the visuals on Microsoft Flight Simulator. So let's go back in for a minute. Oh, we need to start the engine, so let's do that. We've got the APU bleed on. So let's get rid of this page and, whoops. Let's turn on the, ooh, everything got quiet. Let's start number 2 and see if it actually starts. So let's go back up here to the page and we'll watch. Oh, N2's already working. So, I don't know, at about 23 or so, it's gonna, oh, it says I got a company message. That's happened before and I don't know where to get it. So about 23, it's gonna light off. There it goes. And there's the oil pressure. And in the real airplane, you do a couple things. One, you time it, and that's for a hung start. And matter of fact, if you don't turn on the fuel pumps before you start, that's exactly what will happen. It won't ever start. And the other one is a, can you go up the temperature? Oh, you're funny. On one of the sims, it actually says that, which is really funny. I think it says it's too hot. Okay, number 2 is available. Now let's go up here and see what the French guy. Oh boy, I guess. Sheesh, I am so sorry. This sim, they all start at the really cold, which is not, you know, they wouldn't be set like that though. Actually, when you do your cockpit prep, you set all the switches and those kinds of things. So, actually, that's one reason I like the TOLUS is because I have a I use the co-pilot on my TOLUS, and her name is Linda, and she does all the prep stuff for you, so it's pretty cool. Okay, so we started that one engine. Let's start the other one. Let's watch this one start. If I could get the page up there. There we go. That's funny. You make me think you're really in back. Hey, while we're hearing that engine starting, let's go max brakes for the abort. So when the engine is finally stabilized, it's around, we call it 246, around 20% N1, around 400 degrees, and around 60% N2. And that engine's available. Okay, let's put this bugger back. Put the flaps down to 2 and arm the spoilers. Let's see, I got my transponder on, I got altitude, I got my TARA all, and my little squawk there. And let's see, we probably ought to get some lights on. Well, we can shut some of this stuff off, so let's shut the APU bleed off. Got quiet. Let's shut the APU off. We don't need that right now. We got the strobes are on auto. I guess it says they're on. The beacon and the wings and the logo lights and the nose, and since we've already got pushback, we'll just turn it all on. One of the pushback programs, if you turn your lights on ahead of time, the pushback guy gives you crap and tells you to that you're blinding him. I love all these little things. Okay, so the lights are on, and there's the ground guy, and let's see here. One thing I need to figure out is if you can get AirTab to work. You know, it's got the thing right here for it. I wonder if you can bring AirTab over. That's probably something that they're working on. Ah, there it is, brighter. And there's our V1 and stuff right there. So our initial altitude is going to be 5,000. The auto thrust is already on. Now, one thing we might want to do, of which you would do, is you'd want to go to plan, and then you want to scroll through your route and make sure it's correct. So let's see if we can do that. Another thing I like about the other like X-Plane is that you can pop these like the FMS out, and so you can see it. Because up here on the plan page, you can go through this whole route. But instead of doing that, let's just scroll through there and read them. It basically goes straight north to Taunts, and then we're going to go radar vectors to Des Moines, and that's the first fix on the ILS. Okay, so we're going to say that that's correct, even though normally you would try to read it on here. Okay, so let's taxi out. I know. I need to learn where my don't hit that guy. I need to learn where my joystick controls are. Nice sounds, huh? Well, actually, in a past life, I was an air traffic controller for 20 years, and one of the airports I was at is Kansas City. Matter of fact, I was there when they opened the airport up for commercial airlines in November of 1972. And I worked there until I went on strike. I'm sorry, that's not right. I worked there until I went to a smaller airport because I wanted to work in the control tower. Okay, when you taxi too fast, you end up in the grass. And then in 1981, I went on strike, so that was the end of my FAA flying career. I mean, controlling career. And Mr. Ronnie Reagan was the president, and he said, "Hey, if you, I'm going to fire you, but if you're an ex-controller, you can go back in the military." So I went back in the military. Matter of fact, I was a controller at Miramar where they filmed Top Gun in 1985. That was kind of cool. Actually, I do know where the brake is. Let's see if I can put it on and not go out here on the runway. And then after that 5 years, I became an airline captain for 20 years. And here we are at runway 1 left. So let's see if I can get the parking brake on. Alright. So now we want to just make sure we've got everything done right before we take off. Now normally we'd go through the checklist. The Airbus has all this automatic stuff. So it says notify the cabin crew, so it's up here. And you might hear a little ding, and there it goes. And then the button down here that's takeoff configure. Okay, so the tower says fly runway heading cleared for takeoff. Let's see if I can get it back here far enough that I can see and control. Okay. Let's see if we can take off without crashing. Kind of like the sound. Now remember, if you're really flying, you want to use all the runway you can, so you don't follow those yellow lines. You come over here and get as much runway as possible. Better use that breaker. I'm going to be like I did last time, out in the grass. And remember, you can't use the runway behind you, the sky above you, or the fuel in the fuel truck. So those are little aviation axioms. So let's go toga. Like I'm dragging a brake or something. I'm having to hold a lot of right rudder to keep her straight. Looks like both engines are running. Okay, there's V1 and positive rate, gear up. Okay, let's see what's happening. Better get them flaps up. You wouldn't put them up like that. So manual toga. So we want climb. Not sure what's going on with that. Speed mode is 250. Alt is armed, and we're out of 4 for 5. Let's go up and go up to 24. Okay, so let's see what she does. Here we go. Well, you know, that thing, okay, it's on climb now. I don't know. Normally, when you move the throttle on your joystick, it'll go to those detents. And what it should have done is it should have gone to flex. But flex was 20, so I'm not sure. Well, oh, hey. Let's turn on some ice before we get in a big problem here. Yeah, we don't need all these lights on. So you guys may know you've got these lights actually retract like landing gear. Hey, we're on top. All right. Okay, let's go to manage speed. What that's going to do at 10,000 feet, it's automatically going to go. I flew the 747 out of Philly earlier, and we climbed at 6,200 feet per minute at 300 knots. Yep. Now the altimeter's flashing, but maybe I don't have it set for the right transition altitude. So, there's the new speed. So it's accelerating up to around 290 knots for the climb. And we're still climbing at, 3,000 feet a minute. And this weather radar is not correct. So I don't know what to put it on. Let's see what that did. Oh, that's better. Yep, QA, You're over in France. In France, it's at 5,000 feet. In the U.S., it's at 18,000 feet. So let's unarm them. We still got a company message. I'll have to figure out how to find that company message. So. Let's see, odd 25,000, so I think our cruise was 25. There it is. So when you're doing the standard altimeter, you do it at 17,000 climbing in case you have to level off at 18. You do it at 18,000 descending in case they tell you to stay at 18,000. Go outside and see what this looks like. Ah, pretty nice. There's all kinds of people out here flying around. Got our little kitty on the tail. Yeah, the standard weather looks pretty good. 10,000 in Europe. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's 5,000 in, I don't know, UK or somewhere. Okay, now we're at 18. Let's switch that to 2992. Here it goes, standard. Okay, so we're going to leave it on climb. We're going to go to 25. There's our top of climb right there. Let's go back down here and look at that radio page. I want to see if it's switching to the... Nope, it's still on Kansas City, it looks like. We'll watch for that, though. Actually, when we get up here, we'll go... we'll find out... so this little circle here with the is showing the next waypoint. Actually, let me look at that. It's got Des Moines on here, so we could actually go direct Des Moines when we get up here, and then we can radar vectors ourselves for the ILS. In your cane, it's 10. Okay. And I think this has a cruise page. Let's see if it does. Yeah, there it is. So there's a cruise page. That's so you don't have to go through all the different mountains in Germany, huh? So this cruise page is so you don't have to go to all the different pages and look. You can see them all on one. Uh-oh. Getting quiet. Must be leveling off. It is 24 for 25. Actually, that's flight level 240 for flight level 250. Remember, we're going to try to say it the right way. I was a Czech airman, so and an instructor, so I had to kind of fly the correct way and use correct phraseology. Okay, let me go down here, and I got my maps. I could show those to you, but I'm gonna just stay where I am. Des Moines is 117.5, and that localizer is 110.3. So that localizer that I showed, 117.5. Okay, hang on. Okay, so that's the Des Moines, and it just identified itself. And now we should see the distance right there, 83 miles to Des Moines. Well, on these short flights, you don't have much time, so you've done the after takeoff check, you've done the cruise check, and you've talked about, okay, we're going to descend down in there, we're going to shoot the ILS, you're going to brief the... How come these things are doing weird stuff on me? Them knobs aren't supposed to be except straight. So there's the frequency for the ILS, and that's automatically tuned in, so we don't have to do that. While we're up here, let's turn on that ILS so that it would displays the now it's going to give you the stuff across here and the glide slope over here. And so we're making our turn to Des Moines. Oh, okay, I didn't have to go direct Des Moines, did I? It's automatically in there. That was part of the flight plan. So we're going direct Des Moines. Now the managed part of the flight, without a star, you really can't use the managed part. You're going to have to figure out when you're going to start down. And from 25,000, you probably want to start down now. So let's set this down to 15. And let's start descending. So thrust idle, open descent, and alt is blue means that it's armed. I guess if I went out here farther on the map, there we go. Again, we're in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're using FlybyWire's A320. Now, this is not the 320 that comes with Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is an add-on. And when you put it in your community folder, it replaces the regular one. And of course, I got the Frontier paint jobs from, I'm not sure who, but I better plug in my extra battery for my camera, or you guys won't be able to see my pretty face. If I could figure out which end goes in it. There it goes. So I'm using my GoPro. I bought a GoPro. I was going to get my commercial glider add-on rating. And I wanted to have a GoPro so I could take pictures of it. Oh, really? Yeah, you know, I really like, matter of fact, I don't know, I'm kind of torn now between Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane. I like the toeless AirBus better than this thing, but this is getting better. So we're out of 19. Remember I said we're going to set the local altimeter. Let me see what that is again. The Des Moines altimeter was 2953. And we're going to do that going through 18,000. .953. Ooh, that's low. Okay, 53. Landing in huh. Look, Mem dead. Is that like look, Mom dead? Oh yeah, I'll have to go and see what he is. Okay, we're down to 15. How far out are we? 47 miles. Let's go down to 10. I could get it to go down. Now I got it on 100 feet now, so. Okay, there's 10. If I go down to 10, I don't have to slow down. 48 miles. So sorry, bad action of me. I don't get it. Anyway, landing in Innsbruck, no precision. Yep. Now the nice thing about this inertial navigation that's in the AirBus is that you can shoot non-precision like precision approaches. So let's go down here and get some stuff set up. Let's arm this these spoilers just in case we forget them. Oh, we got a 22 knot tailwind. That's pretty nice. One 1,000 for 1 0,000. So it looks like we can keep motoring up here. Oh, look at that. The Des Moines VOR is not at the airport. You might be able to do this approach on the GPS until it captures the localizer. Depends on how good of a turn it gets up here. Oh, now Steve, you know what that look dem mem dead means, huh? You know, I'm not original. I got AirBus Mac, so. Well, you know, if I had some extra time, I could go down here and try to figure out what the company message is. Let's waste some time and see if we can figure this out. I guess I could put it on pause. Receive messages. No. Let's see, Des Moines is still either 1 mile. Light snow, okay. Let's see, it says print. Let's see if it prints. Nope. I really want to see the paper come out of that thing. Okay, 20 miles. We need to slow down. Since we're at 10, we have to be at 250 to start down, so let's get that going. And then we can start descending. Oh, look me, I'm dead as Call of Duty. Okay. Yeah. About the only gaming I'm into is Farm Sim. I spent thousands of hours playing Farm Sim. Okay, we're at 250, so let's start down. We'll go down to about 5. Let's see what that fix is. Okay, I see it. So that cycling is at 3,000. So let's go and go down to 3. Because we haven't got a long ways to go here. Whoops, 3. Okay, we need to ding the flight attendant. Tell her we're out of 10 for the... Back to flight plan. I don't know how to get rid. I didn't used to have this thing, and now I got it. And oh, dude, me, I'm friend. You were in farm subdivision stuff. Yeah, I really like Farm Sim, but when I started streaming, I went back to flying. So let's see, we're about 10 miles from Des Moines. We'll start vectoring ourselves. That'd be a smart idea. So we're going to go down to 3,000. That's the altitude at Klein right there. I'm not sure what the weather will... I've got it on live weather, but the time's not right. So we'll just see what it is when we break out. If we break out. Now you should be able to clean the approach up, but I don't think they know how to do that yet, so let's go direct Klein. Nah, it didn't do it, so Oh, there's the localizer and glide slope. Yeah, I really like X-Plane, but like I said, I've been wanting to make this, you know, in order for me to get Microsoft Flight Simulator to work, I had to actually buy a gaming computer. I was using an iMac and it would not do it. Of course, you got to run boot camp and heading FPA is worked now on development. I'm running the development version, so. Okay, here comes 3000. Better get this puppy slowed down. Let's slow down to 190. Is that FPA, is that for the non-precision approach? Well, you can print METARs on that printer down there? Hey, there's the ground. Okay, 230, 215 for flaps 1, 200 for flaps 2. Yeah. Bad turn on for a controller. Okay, flaps 2. But let's see how good it is to do an S-turn through final. I like the fact that it's not making a big cut at it, so that's good. And here it comes back in, so I'm liking that. So do you know how to get the company messages? So we're intercepting the localizer, and there it shows it's down in the corner. We're 13 miles out. It's not picking up the glide slope yet, but we'll just stay at 3000 and intercept the glide slope from that altitude. Let's see, I already know the auto land doesn't work. If you try to do that, METAR is in the MDU, right? I know where it is, but so you display it on the MCDU and then hit the print button and it'll come out, huh? I'll have to try that when I'm not trying to crash. So we're 160 to the marker, so. I'm glad we got the ice on. Should we take a quick look outside? Oh, looking nice. Is there any ice on this thing? I'm still trying to figure out how to... Yeah, it does have some ice on it. Okay. Up there's my glide slopes alive. My FMC wanted me to die. Explain that. It wanted my 1600 at card when I'm supposed to be at 3. Oh, I see, yeah. Oh, you know what? If I want to go down that glide slope, I better hit that button. Remember, you don't want to hit that approach button until you're cleared for the approach. And we're close enough to put the gear down. And let's slow to final approach speed, which was 127. And we can probably go flaps now. Okay, final approach speed, and we're Cat 3 single. We could look outside. Oh, hey, I see the strobes. Oh, it looks like it might be snowing out there. Oh, there's a outer marker, I guess. How far out are we? 5 miles? Now, normally if you turn on 2 autopilots, you'll get for the auto land, but that's not being simulated yet. Well, the approach lights look pretty nice. Let's see what they... Oh yeah, definitely got to be stabilized by 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 above. Yeah, you don't want to be screwing around down close to the ground, not being stabilized. Well, that looks better than 1/4 of a mile, doesn't it? Looks like it might be crabbed just a little bit. $500. It's only saying it about 20 times. $400. I better get over here where I can turn this autopilot off and land.
above.
100 above. Minimum. Okay, here we go. You don't do anything, it'll probably land itself, right? Uh-oh. Looks like we're floating. Boy, that thing wants to pull off the runway, let me tell you. Yeah, at least I know where the brake is. My reversers didn't work worth a poop. Yeah, I don't think I had my auto brakes on. That's probably okay though. Not bad for an airline captain. Well, if I had a nice co-pilot, they could put the flaps up and do the after landing check for me. Name the song. Yeah, the Tolus makes a really nice auto land. If you look back, I got a... oh, Steve was with me when I did that. Remember when I did that auto land in Phoenix and it did the little bounce? And then I went back and replayed it so I could watch it again. Yeah, you can use the auto throttles right down until it says retard. What is that in front of me? An airplane? Or a truck? Uh-oh, here comes something. I guess I'm gonna hit these guys. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff out here on the taxiway. Here comes a bus. Okay. That's the other thing I like about Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's got the airplanes and you can run into each other, and it's pretty cool. Now I see some gates over here. I might find a place to park. Oh, that'd be a thrill. For it to go into go-around mode right when you don't want to. What is this thing in the middle of the taxiway? You know, they got a lot of unauthorized vehicles at this airport. I see a gate over here. You think we ought to go over here to this jetway? The one thing I haven't seen yet is how to get a jetway to come up to your airplane. Does anybody know how to do that? Yeah, I don't see a center line, but I see a bunch of stuff for wings, so maybe we can just go in here and park. Huh. It got the outline. And let's pull up and see if we can get this jetway to come up. Thanks for the follow, Look Be Dead. Okay, let's see if that actually works. All right. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Huh, there's a jetway. Well, let's start up that APU. Well, we can shut off a bunch of stuff. Well, I wonder if you shut off the fuel pumps if the engines will quit. Let's just do it for fun. I got my generator coming on, so 4 hours and 20 a.m. here. Oh man, I guess. Jeez. Yeah, shut that. Well, yeah. Oh boy, that guy really. That was amazing that he watched me at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, let's see how this is going. So, you don't have to shut the engine switches off if you shut the fuel pumps off. Uh-oh. Well, that wasn't nice. Oh, I guess it's showing me how long it took to do it. Okay. Are you still here, Steve? It's 10:21 and you got 2 hours to go, huh? That's funny. Oh, brother. I turned on the APU. Oh, maybe now it's coming. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know those screens worked right there. Maybe that's something new. Pretty cool. Touchdowns in 940 miles. Okay. I don't know what all that beeping's going on. So I don't know what these little screens do. They get any paper coming out yet? Let's go back and see if we can do that, see what the guy from France said. Okay, so there was the METARs, and he was saying if he hit print, it'll print. Nah, I don't see it printing. That is so funny. Touchdown in 940 miles. Can't you speed that up so you don't have to sit there and wait for 940 miles? Are you on VATSIM or anything? Are you talking to any controllers? Back to receive messages. Oh, cool. Where did you say you were going from again? Did you say you're going to Alaska or something? PANC, huh? Is that in Alaska? Anchorage, okay. Ted Stevens International. Now, when you fly the freighter, does it simulate loading and unloading or anything, or does it have? Do you have some ground equipment that comes up to it? Oh, that's what I need to. You're not streaming, are you? So you say you can stream. Do you ever stream? Cool. Okay. Well, I can't make the printer work, so I guess I'm done for this flight. Hey, Steve, thanks for stopping by. You're becoming a regular. I'm going to have to go look at that. Let me see. I wrote it down. You said it was MS Parks is a 747. But you said a Dash 8. Is that that's a different kind of 747 that has the ground equipment? Okay. I'll go look at that. How much did it cost? I can't believe I paid like $80 or something for that flight factor. And it'd be a really good airplane if it's such a frame hog. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting 29 or 30 on frame rate right now, but okay. Hey, I'm gonna go look for that and for fun. So, hey, thanks for coming with me, Steve. As always, fly safely, and I'll see you next time. It was nice of you stopping by.